Hey, what's good? It's your boy Matthew Michael, and today's video is going to serve as a beginner's guide to selling credit spreads. In this video, you'll learn how to open a credit spread, how to close a credit spread, how a credit spread is constructed, what credit spreads are good for, as well as how to understand the collateral and read whether or not you're in profit or loss on the position. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but after you understand everything in this video, you'll have a pretty decent grasp on credit spreads. But before we get into it, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so that you don't miss any future content or giveaways. I post 2 new videos every week, and I would absolutely love to have you as part of the family. Also, please be sure to smash the like button because I work hard on these videos and it's really the only thing I ask in return. And one last thing before we get into the video, I'm just going to take my Instagram and I'm going to leave it right here. Do with it as you will, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, for those of you who don't know, the reason that I'm making this video isn't just for the sake of making this video, but also because this week begins a new 52-week premium selling challenge. And I wanted to make sure that everyone who wanted to could follow along themselves. And also for those who wanted to follow along with me using Tiblio, but just don't understand how to really set up a credit spread. If either of those scenarios are you, this video was made for you. And if you're here just because you want to support or because you actually want to learn about credit spreads, that's cool because this video is actually made for you too. If you find yourself interested in signing up for Tiblio, there's a referral link down below in the description, as well as a link to a video about it down below in the description, as well as linked in the card above. And now that all that's out of the way, let's get to talking about what a credit spread is. A credit spread is a defined risk trade which allows the writer or the person who created it to profit by selling a contract and then limit their risk by buying a contract further out of the money. There are 2 main kinds of credit spreads: call credit spreads and put credit spreads. Now, a call credit spread is made up of 2 call contracts, 1 call that you sell and 1 call that you buy. And with a credit spread, the contract that you sell is always going to be the contract that is closer to the money. And unlike with just a regular call, with the call credit spread, you actually want the price of the stock to go down, because with the credit spread, you actually profit as the contract loses value. And I'll actually explain that to you a little bit better later on in this video. Now, as far as a put credit spread, these are going to be the opposite of a call credit spread. So put credit spreads are made up of 2 put contracts, 1 put that you sell and 1 put that you buy. Again, with credit spreads, you always want to make sure the contract that you sell is closer to the money and the contract that you buy is further away from the money. Unlike when you buy regular puts, with the put credit spread, instead of wanting the stock to go down, you actually want the stock price to go up. And this is because put credit spreads lose value as the value of the stock price goes up. And I know it seems kind of weird that with credit spreads, you actually want the value of the contract to go down, but that's because when you open the credit spread, the profit is made immediately when you open the spread. So if you open the spread for $50, that $50 is going to be your max profit. If the value of the contract goes above $50, each dollar above $50 is a dollar of profit that you're losing. And that $50 is your max profit, and you actually get the max profit immediately when you open the spread. Now, this is normally where I get the most questions, so be sure to listen extra closely right here. A lot of people usually ask me, why don't they have access to that $50 right away when they open the credit spread? And the reason for that is the $50 that you receive is actually credited towards the collateral required to make that trade. And the collateral for the trade isn't released until either you buy the contract back or the contract expires. So for those of you who don't know what collateral is the money that goes on hold for the trade should the trade not work out in your favor. For instance, using that same $50 as the credit received for opening the trade, if I sold a $40 call and bought a $41 call, the collateral for this trade would be $100. So the $50 that we received for opening this credit spread would go towards the collateral. And then on top of the $50 credit that you already received, another $50 is going to come out of your account and go towards the collateral. If the trade works out in your favor, you get to keep all the collateral on expiration. Or if you don't want to wait till expiration, you can buy the contract back early and this will release the collateral as well. Now, when you buy the contract back early because you didn't want to wait on expiration, whether or not you profited is going to depend on the price that you bought the contract back for. If you buy the contract back for less than you sold it for, the difference is going to be your profit. So for instance, if you received a credit of $50 for opening the credit spread, and when you buy the contract back, you pay $20 for it, then you just realize a profit of $30. But if you end up buying the contract back for more, then the difference is your loss. So for instance, if you received $30 to open a credit spread, then you paid $50 to buy the credit spread back, that means that you just lost $20. But aside from that loss of $20, the rest of the collateral for that position will be released. The main benefit of trading a credit spread is being able to profit as time decays, which basically means as time goes on, the contract loses value to time. The only thing really going against the value of time is the movement of the stock. But I know that talking about it only helps so much, so let's hop into handy dandy Robinhood and take a look at everything that we just talked about. Alright, so here we are in the handy dandy Robinhood, and the stock that we're going to be taking a look at is Walmart. I'm going to start off by showing you how to open a credit spread on Walmart. Alright, so you hit trade options like I just did, and then you're going to start off by choosing your expiration date. Okay, so I chose that expiration date, and then you're going to choose whether you want it to be a call credit spread or a put credit spread. In this case, I want it to be a put credit spread because I don't think Walmart's going to go too much lower. So how I'm going to construct this spread is I'm going to sell this one. And now that I have the one that I want to sell, I am going to buy one further out of the money. Okay, so now I'm going to buy the 131, and that right there will be the spread. And like I said, you always sell the one closer to the money. Since this is a put, the higher the strikes get, the more and more in the money you get. Okay, so yeah, closer to the money, further from the money. And let's see what else we have on this screen that I can show you. So right here, we will receive a total credit of $21 for this trade. Now I want you to notice the difference between these two are $1. So in order to be able to make this trade, you need to have another $79 to go towards the collateral along with this credit. All right, so I'm going to click continue. And it looks like the value actually just went down a little bit, but I want one. So if I get a $20 credit for opening this trade, it's now going to take $80 of my buying power to reach that collateral. So now I'm going to hit review order, and notice I have $130 buying power available. And actually the minimum credit went up to 21, and let's see if it gives any more information. No more information. So I'm going to hit submit. All right, so now that I put the order in, you see that it says the Walmart put credit spread has been placed. The estimated credit is $20 and the estimated collateral is $100. Now you see the collateral is $100. Let's go check my buying power. It was at 130. Now it's probably going to be at about $50. Okay, so yeah, I click done and you see my buying power is at $50. So that is how the collateral works. So now let's go take a look at a contract that I'm in so we can close it out and take a look at what it looks like to be positive or negative on the position. So yeah, let's go to the position. All right, so here we are. We're looking at one of the positions I'm in, and as you can see, it says negative $103 market value. When people see the minus 103 or minus whatever number it is, usually scares them, but just know this isn't what you need to be looking at. This right here where it says total return, this is what you need to be looking at. And yeah, my total return is down. So in this case, I should be a little worried. But oftentimes I'll get screenshots of people sending, I received $47 credit. It'll say minus 20. So that will mean the contract's worth $20 and it'll say total return of positive 20 and they will have made $20. So now that I've explained all that to you, let's take a look at how to close out of this position. And I'm down in this position. I'm just going to have to take an L on it. It looks like I'm going to take about a $64 L. And I had a max loss of about $203. And that's just not a risk I'm willing to take. So I'm just going to close out of this at the loss. And sometimes that's the best thing to do. So here we go. All right. So I have one contract. And just know that when you're closing the contract, instead of receiving the credit, you're doing the opposite, so you're going to be paying this money. So in order to get filled faster, the closer to this number you do, the faster you'll get filled. When it comes to buying contracts, the closer to this number you do, the faster you'll get filled. I'm going to try to see if I get filled at the mid price, and if not, I will go up a little bit. All right, so in this time I went to a $70 loss. Let's see how this goes. All right, so it looks like I got out of the trade. I got out at a $70 loss, but nonetheless, that is how you close out a credit spread. All right, so you just learned how to open a credit spread, how to close a credit spread, how it profits, and so much more. If you learned anything or enjoyed the video, please be sure to smash the like button. If you're interested in checking out Tiblio 30 days risk-free, as well as supporting the channel at no extra charge to you, be sure to check out the referral link down below in the description. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And if for some reason you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so that you don't miss any future content or giveaways. I post 2 new videos every week, and I would absolutely love to have you as part of the family. And last but certainly not least, thank you so much for watching, and peace.